Alright, all my Colorado and Canyon 2nd gen fans, I'm doing an axle regear here with some nitro gears. Gonna put it in my Colorado right here. As some of you know, I'm running 37s, been running 37s a couple years now, and it's kind of been beating up my transmission a little bit. So regearing to 456s. I'm so excited to get this done. Check this out. So this is what Nitro Gear sent to me. Thank you so much, Nitro Gear. We got the rear end here. So the rear end, let's talk about the rear end. It's a Dana 46, an M220. There's not a lot of information out there on the internet, not even from the Dana website or anything like that. So if you're a Colorado guy, ZR2, or actually almost all the Colorados except for the fleet trucks, we're running a Dana 46. So apparently the Jeeps, the new Jeeps, are running a Dana 44 Advantech, which is a very strong axle. I've seen guys run 40s with them. We have a Dana 46, but there's not a lot of information on it, so I really don't know. What's really cool is I got some new carrier bearings here. These carrier bearings are super strong and thick, and apparently they're bigger than the old school Dana 60 bearings. So we got a really strong axle, guys, but our front axle is definitely a weak point. This is the Dana 32, apparently. I know back in the day, if you had a straight axle Dana 30, you could make it really strong to run like maybe 35s. But we have a Dana 32, and this is a M200. That's 200 millimeters across right there. And I got all the goodies and fun stuff from Nitro Gear to put all that in. So is this going to be a how-to? Probably not, because I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm going to get under there and take out the front axle, and if I can get that done, the rear axle is super easy. I can do that with my buddy Jesse. You're going to see Jesse later. But I also got this, the Hypertech Calibrator. A few guys have done this before. I have not done this. Apparently I got to plug it into my computer and download some things. What's really weird is when I ordered it, can't order it to California. So if you live in California, you're going to have to find another way to get it to you. I am definitely not doing this in California, and this is only an off-road truck, right? So let me read this for you. It's 2017-2018 GM 1500 trucks. So that's what this says. I'm a little bit weary, but apparently that's the one I'm supposed to get. So anyway, I got the truck in here, and I'm going to try to show you as much as I can. It's definitely not going to be a how-to video, but hopefully this helps you out if you regear on your own. Alright, so I'll show you guys what it looks like under here. Really beat up and dirty. This is what a lot of you are going to end up doing to yours as well. Smashing that front section there. I know some people have pried it back out and pulled it out. You can do that. I'm definitely going to give it a shot right now. But now I got to pull the CV joints out. Drop this bad boy. And then got to get in here to re-gear it. Then we'll throw it all back in. So hopefully I get a lot of video on it. But if not, you kind of see it. Well, I'll give you a video of Jesse re-gearing it for me. So that's your front axle right there with your IFS shafts right there. So there it is. Alright, so at this point I got the spindle off. It's right here. Be careful because your brake lines and your ABS lines, you don't want to put too much stress on those. I have my tire kind of holding up the spindle right now. This is my axle shaft. Alright, so this guy is flopping around. I need to get in there and basically pry it off of the little spot that's on there. I don't need to take off the bracket. I just need to take off the shaft. So I got both sides ready to go. Spindle. Apparently you can take off your shafts with not taking your whole spindle off. Apparently LOLTRD did that. You just kind of go, maybe you only do the upper, or you don't undo. I don't know. However he did it, he's a monster. I just decided to take the whole thing off because this looks like it's nice and easy. All right, so get in there, and then we're gonna take those off, and then we're gonna drop the axle down there. All right, just to show you guys, this is the driver's side here. Obviously this is the axle. And what I did was, can't see. All right, took this guy and basically just kind of, Jesus, pried it open. This guy is gonna pop right out for me now. So let's take that guy out. All right, so here he is. Get this out of the way. Driver's side axle out. All right, guys, so I just got the front axle out of the truck. Make sure you get the little breather hose off. You unplug this guy, and you unplug, there's another thing, another wire hanging up underneath there from that guy. So I'm gonna now put this up on the table and start to regear it. All right, let's break into this bad boy here. All right, I think I need 2 hands for this. All right, I'll get back to you. I need 2 hands for this. All right, cracked it open. Voila, what we're trying to get to, ring and pinion. Now all of this new stuff goes in there. If you don't know how to do this, don't ask me. I don't either. I'm gonna have my friend do it. And then we're gonna put it back in tonight, hopefully. Then get to the rear end. All right, so we got all apart. Got this whole eating locker out. I'm trying to pull this bearing right now, but my buddy's puller isn't working right now. So, well, it's not working. It's not the right size. It's working, but we don't have the right size. So we got it all apart. Seeing if we can get back together. Wish me luck. All right, so this is the current situation we're in. This is the old pinion that's out, the new pinion going in, and this is the old crush sleeve. This is one-time use only. And the Nitro Gears kit did not come with a new crush sleeve, which I'm a little disappointed about. Full disclosure, you don't need a new crush sleeve. The shims will do. That's the way you're supposed to do it. So here's the rest of the video. It did come with shims, so it has the shims to go around the pinion, right? And I guess you can make up that difference with the shims. I don't think that's the best way to go. If I knew it didn't come with another crush sleeve, I would have got a crush sleeve eliminator, but that's probably not available for these Dana 32s that we have in our Colorados. So anyway, we're waiting for that. That's coming. A new one is coming in the mail today from Yukon, actually, from a connection we have that Jesse has from Hammertown, that we met on KOH this past year. Thank you, Brian, by the way, from Yukon. And also this, let's see, this is the passenger side. There's a seal that goes right here that I pulled out, that we had to pull out. Let's see, this is what it looks like. It's pretty chewed up. Not very good. I definitely do not want to put that back in. But I was going to have to, because the Nitro Gears kit did not come with a new seal for this side. It came with a new seal for this side. See these old needle bearings and the seal? Well, the kit came with a new seal right here and the new needle bearings, but it didn't come for the other side. So I went to the Chevy dealership yesterday and got a new seal for that passenger side. Guess how much this is? $75. That's crazy. So Nitro Gears might not put that in there in the kit because it's so expensive. Just I don't know, whatever they do. But I recommend you, if you're gonna replace everything, might as well replace that seal. So that's where we're at right now. I'm waiting for parts. We're gonna get that new crush sleeve today. It's going in tonight, hopefully, when Jesse gets back. I don't know how to set all the backlash and all that, and shim it. So I'm waiting for my buddy Jesse to do it. That's why it's all apart. But in the meantime, I think I'm going to take off this front grille and put on this transcooler that I've had in my garage for about a year that I haven't gotten to. So while I'm waiting for the parts to come in and Jesse to come back to help me with this, you're going to see me take this apart and set up the new transcooler. Alright, so I have my grill hanging off. It's hanging on by a zip tie, so I don't have to undo my wires. I ran 2 lines basically going through this little hole that's kind of provided. It's coming around the side here, and that right there is going to connect to one of the transmission lines, which is right under, let's see where we at. One of those guys. So there's a rubber hose connected to those hard lines. I'm just going to chop one of them and connect those guys with, where'd they go? With this little male to male, and it should be good. So I have my radiator, the transmission cooler sitting in here. I haven't mounted it yet. I haven't figured out how I want to do that. I got these brackets for it, or these cheap little kind of like zip tie things that go through another radiator. I don't recommend these, neither does Jesse, my buddy that's helping me with the axle. So I'm going to try to find a way to mount this, and that's basically it. Then I'm going to drain the transmission fluid and then refill it all back up. So that's how that's going. I'm about to finish that up, and actually got an update from Nitro Gears. Thankfully they messaged me on Instagram, and so it is the shims. So basically you do re-shim with the old sleeve, and that will work. That's actually the way you should be doing it from them. Apparently this is a very difficult part to get. Luckily I'm getting one because I overreacted and had Jesse go through his connections with King of the Hammers people at Yukon, and so we're getting a new one. Apparently these are very hard to get, especially from even from the dealership and all that. So these shims will work. It's not going to hurt you in any way. So anyway, that's the way Nitro wants you to do it. That's the way your mechanic is probably going to do it. So that's all good, even if we shim it or put a new one in, new crush sleeve. So that's what's going on. So I'm going to finish up this transmission cooler, and then when Jesse gets back, he's going to help me, or he's going to do it. He's going to set the new ring and pinion up for me. So Jesse's pressing on the bearing for the pinion right there. Just got the new needle bearing in right here, and then finishing up the front end. All right, finally got the new gears going in. Recording. Jesse likes to cuss. All right, so at this point in the video, it was kind of a frustrating process trying to get those gears back in and shimming everything just right. So I stopped videoing, and then we continued to basically take apart the rear end, drain the fluid, and found it was there was a bunch of metal in it, and basically I just kind of forgot to start videoing. So it was a long process, but here's the rest of the video, and here's what we found in the rear end. Cracked open the rear end last night, drained the fluid, smelled extra burnt, had a bunch of metal in it, metal shavings. They were kind of in here crackling around when I was driving. I kind of noticed it a few months ago. But anyway, definitely overworked the fluid, and we got some bluing on this bad boy right here. Some of the shavings were not horrible. We cleaned it all up. The fluid was definitely overworked, but the teeth on the ring and pinion look really good. So new one going in. Hey, check out this beef we have for an axle. Jesus, this thing is huge. Alright, some people were asking where the metal shavings are coming from. So, see my bearings? This is the pinion bearing right here. This thing definitely got overworked because the fluid wasn't doing its job, because I overworked the fluid with my 37s. Anyway, these little chunks kind of came off into the fluid and got stuck in here and started, stripping a little bit away. I don't exactly even remember where it is, but yeah, I think just cleaning all that up and changing the fluid, and I think I still might be all right. Somebody said that their block, this little thruster block broke. Thank goodness mine didn't. So after finding all of those shavings in the rear end, in the fluid, and in the e-locker, basically just cleaned it all up and put it all back together with the new bearings and the new gears, and then threw it back under the truck. We left the axle in the truck when regearing it. It's a little bit more difficult because we don't have a lift, so we were kind of crawling in and out of there. But it all worked out, and after 500 miles, basically switched the fluid, and the fluid was still pretty milky. So I think in another 500 miles, I'm going to do the fluid again and see what that looks like. But it all turned out great. Thank you, Nitro Gear, so much. The 456s are amazing with this diesel motor, running 37s. Feels great on the highway. Actually feels like it's stock again, running on 37s on the highway, and it's even better in the rocks. So speaking of the rocks, I went straight out to the desert right after regearing this, and here's some footage of me first time taking it out on the new gears. So thanks again for watching, and like and subscribe.